I have got something big. It has got to do with the Super Falcons captain. Talking about Asisat Oshoala. Don't forget, she runs an academy as it is right now. And that academy is Asisat Oshoala Nike Academy. I've got the public relations officer in the studio right here with me, talking about Boluwati Tony Sola and actually Omoni, that's the surname, but the name is long. I've told him I will pronounce it today. Boluwati Tony Sola Omoni and Okeowo Toyosi. She is a player with that team academy. Nice to have you guys here.
Hi, good morning, Blessing. Good to be here again. Well, I like it when people call it fully. It sounds more interesting. Like they say, Bolu may make no men, but Boluwati Tony Sola makes more men. So good to be here, and thank you so much for having us.
All right, fantastic one. And Toyosi, how are you doing, fine girl?
I'm doing great, doing good.
Doing good. When I grow up, I want to be like Toyosi. She's just a small girl. How old are you?
I'm 14.
14! Don't worry, in the next 2 years now, you'll see her playing maybe Flamingos or even go to Falcons, and you'll be surprised. Great one for her from her. Let's start with the PRO first and foremost. How would you describe the partnership between Asisat Oshoala and this Nike program?
Well, she is one of their brands, and what we've been doing for a few years is the academy at the foundation, the Asisat Oshoala Foundation, and they thought there's been a few success stories. Why not let's work together? So it's a partnership between Asisat Oshoala herself, Nike, and Women Win. It's all about the ladies, all about the girls. It's more like giving back, and who can we partner with? Who is doing something already? Who has something on ground? This sort of starting afresh. Oh, Asisat is the person, and that's why the name is Asisat Oshoala Nike Football Academy in partnership with Women Win. So it's more like win-win-win for everybody. Just giving back. I learned, I grew up from here. What can I do to also impact? Let me give back to the society.
All right, I could still remember she said she learned and grew up from there. Don't forget the fact that at one point she played for FC Europe before she went to Rivers United, Rivers Angels, and from there she just went out there to Arsenal, right? Okay, then let's now talk about, you have 30 girls in camp. How much impact would you say it's been able to have on these 30 girls?
Well, first off, joining, you don't even need to have your kits. Everything has been provided, from jerseys to boots to bags, tracks, everything has been given to them. And we don't just have boys or girls, we have coaches who are into women's football. One of our coaches is even a PhD holder in sports. So it's more like we carefully selected people that know about this business, and it's a gradual thing. Like we said, it's in partnership with Women Win and Nike as well. So we are going step by step. These girls we want to build the next Asisat Oshoala. It's a completely developmental program. Not that, oh, we start today, tomorrow we want to sell players to Europe, Barcelona, Madrid. Nah, it's a gradual process, and we do beyond football. The truth is, not everybody who played football will blow in quotes as a football player in the future. So we do vocational courses, we do some courses off the field, we do teachings. We won't train some to be coaches, we train some to be officials. You never can tell. I know the story of Villas Boas, who was a young boy playing football. They said, nah, your understanding, you need to become a coach. So it depends on what your interest lies over the years. And there's also something called the SHE projects. That's sports, humanitarian intervention, and education. So there's always a way. Many football players forget the education part, especially in this part of the world. But if you combine both, there are testimonies of those who are educated and also sports person. At the end of your career, that education will definitely separate you from the rest.
All right, this SHE you talked about specifically, what is it actually all about, and how many communities have you been able to touch? It's
a 3-in-1 project. Like I said, sports is the academy angle, the football part. There's humanitarian intervention, when you give gifts, like the foundation, for example. There was a time during the Ramadan, they shared different things, both food, mask, and all. And the educational aspect, the foundation on the other side talks about education and sports. And same for this time, some girls will be sent to scholarship. We pay school fees of some of the girls. I love to play football. I'm part of the academy, but my parents don't have much. Come, we send everyone to school. We are looking at least 20 communities within Nigeria. The plan is to go even beyond the confines of Lagos. Yes, we are starting in Lagos, where Asisat herself is from, but Lagos is not the only Nigeria. Go beyond Lagos, and all things being equal, even extend to Africa, because she's the greatest player in Africa. So the plan is go to different communities. But for now, from next week, we are starting with at least 20 communities. Over time, in the next few months, we'll expand beyond Lagos and go to more.
All right, okay, what I see right now as a player, how would you describe the experience so far in the camp or in the academy?
Okay, my experience so far has been great. The first thing I learned was, whenever I want to start any training, we go for morning devotion, singing praise and worship. Then we go for our classroom lectures with our coaches, and they ensure we practicalize all we've learned from the classroom.
All right, practicalize everything from the classroom. And now with what you have seen, you want to take up football as a career?
Yes, because I love playing football. It has been my dream. And I would like to be the next Asisat Oshoala and to play for Barcelona just like her.
Ah, Barcelona. Are you a Barcelona fan?
Yes, I am.
All right, and you're highly inspired with her achievements so far, right?
Yes.
Winning the CAF Women's Africa Player of the Year 5 whole times. It's not beans, you know.
Yes, I am.
Are you a striker? Are you a forward or a midfielder or a defender?
I am a defender.
The defender. Ah, this is a solid rock we're talking about. All right, let's go back to our own Mr. Bolu again, and let's talk about, we've looked, how many players have you been able to really chunk out to represent Nigeria? Maybe under 17 level, under 20 level so far?
Well, the start of the under 20, if you remember well, I just finished the S-Town University, started from there. Let me do a bit of a flashback. The academy started through, okay, I think Nike wanted to do something. How can we go about this? Some person have something going on already. That's one of the programs where the foundation does the Asisat Oshoala Football for Girls, and we have lots of success stories. Ashidat Ajibade passed through that same foundation. Chidima Okeke passed through the same foundation. 2 years ago, Esther University was one of the best players at the tournament. So it's more like this is going on. So we have players that have gotten to under 17, the Falconet, same thing with the Super Falcon. So it's about, we are not just doing, oh, let's organize the tournament, let's bring us together and go. Now, it's a gradual process where the name Asisat alone stands, and now Nike is coming in and Women Win are coming in together. It's one of the reasons why they are pushing for the SHE project, that this thing must hold, because some people will do their greatness on the field of play. Some will do theirs off the field. Like you are not playing football, you are talking sport. That's a greatness on one side. So if we spot that out of the 30 girls we have, this is what you are very good at. You are a leader in the team. You may not end up playing football. So it's an all-encompassing project. Beyond playing, if you can play football and still be a good chef. You can play football and still be a good teacher. So we are teaching everything together. That's why the SHE project is coming in. And there are sometimes we open the camp to those that are not even part of the academy. It's still inside this SHE project. So without the Women Win, it's not happening. So it's a combination.
Have you been able to spot any young girl that can talk sport?
I can talk sport for now. Toyosi is just shy for now. If you hear Toyosi talk outside, you know this girl can lead, and she's also a good model. If you followed all our pages, most of the pictures you see, Toyosi is part of the faces we have there, about 4 of them that, oh, okay, let's take a photo shoot. They pose without stress. And when you hear her talk off the field, you know she can talk. She may be the next best blessing. So nobody can tell. So we are not just focusing on what they are doing on the field of play.
Got my eyes on you.
Even off the field, if you can do it, come on, we are going to celebrate. All
right, I think I'm going to pay a visit to this particular great one they are doing, because we need to really encourage these young girls. And for you, Toyosi, in the next 1 year, where do you think we'll be seeing you?
Yeah, in the next 1 year, you'll be seeing me abroad playing for a bigger team. Which I love to play for. All
right, she says we'll be seeing her there. And don't forget the fact, before we got into the studio, they told me something when I asked, how do you pick your girls and how do they graduate? And they said the moment they move, just like the way you've heard some of the girls that played at the Falconets, for the Falconets at the FIFA Under 20 Women's World Cup, they've graduated automatically. So that's the way they move. And the moment they move, you bring in some new girls again. All right, fantastic. And it's always nice to have you, and I hope you'll be coming around again. This is highly inspiring. This is what we've always been talking about. Shout out, big kudos to Super Z Asisat Oshoala for doing a fantastic job, and equally still making most of my colleagues doing what they know how to do best around. I'm proud of you, Bolu, and thanks for joining us. And definitely, he's the PRO of Bolu Asisat Oshoala Nike Academy. His name is Boluwati Tony Sola Omoni, and Toyosi Okeowo, one of the players they have, one of the 30 players they have in camp. Thanks for joining us on Sports Cafe. You've actually made my Thursday. And let's go on a short break, and when we come back, my PIC talking about Otukoya Toluwalashe will be joining me.